Fantastic. Colin, I'm so grateful for you to be able to connect with me right now. And I'm so happy for your time. And you did a fantastic job on that narration.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I just wanted to meet the legend and a little bit of background about you. Tell me, where are you calling in from and how did you get involved in this line of work?
Right. At the moment, I'm in Newcastle upon Tyne, which is in the UK. Originally, I'm from London. And I got into audio narration because I'm a writer, and I used to read my own stuff to friends, and they kept saying, well, you should be doing this. So yeah, I gave it a go, and here I am.
No, you have a true talent for it. And not just the quality of the voice, but the pace, the emphasis, the tone. It just was really enjoyable. In fact, I have to admit, writing my own book and having spent, so many times editing it, it was just so nice to hear sort of a fresh copy of the whole experience. So I really enjoyed listening to all of it. You did a fantastic job.
Thank you. I mean, it was a joy to read anyway, and an extremely interesting book, which always helps if you're doing the narration.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear you think so. I just wanted to mention, I studied in Leeds University for about 4 or 5 months at one point when I was in college in uni. And I had a great time. I loved being there. I loved living among the Brits, and got to watch rugby live when I was there. It was really fantastic.
Yeah, well, you're a great rugby fan, I take it, being an ex-player. Yeah.
It's funny. My godfather, when I was growing up, loved the game of rugby. I had no idea what it was, but all I knew is that when I went to college, I was going to start playing. I didn't, whatever it was, I just wanted to be like him. So anyway, I got involved with a River Rats team. We called ourselves the Rats. And that was the beginning of a long love story with rugby. So, yeah.
Yeah, including the broken bones. I remember those from the book. Yes.
Yeah, that was not a fun evening, but yes, that was one of my badges of honor, I guess, something like that. So if I could ask you, Colin, so you're calling in from the UK. You got involved in this line of work because you're a writer. And then how did you come across this incredible platform where they connect, writers with narrators?
Yeah, well, to date, I have one non-fiction book published, but I'm writing fiction nowadays. So I knew about ACX from that.
Okay.
But then somebody said, oh, yeah, if you're looking to do narration, try ACX. So I looked and thought, wow, all these books, it was just heaven.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's amazing. I remember you submitting your 5-minute, or it was just like a demo of the sound and whatnot. And I think you read the intro, which was very well done. But I was amazed at the diversity of narrators that were on that platform. Older people, younger people, men, women, different ethnicities. But you by far were the best. So
thank you so much. Yes, I'll take that.
Yeah. So if I could ask you, what about the book, if you could isolate one thing about the book, or maybe one quote or one aspect of it, was there anything that particularly resonated with you as you were reading it?
Quite a few things, but obviously I have a son who's type 1 diabetic, and my partner suffers from ulcerative colitis. So diet has always been a big thing.
Yes.
And the thing that got me the most was the paradigm shift, the way of thinking about weight and how we think about weight. That was one of the concepts throughout the book that I really appreciated. And I think a lot of people will. As for quotes, I did pick one just in case, but it's only a small one. And this is not a book about the art of achieving vanity. The stakes are much higher. This is a book about saving lives through better health. And I don't think you could pick a better quote for what the book is actually about.
Thank you, Colin. I believe that statement wholeheartedly. And I think, this entire weight loss industry is just so commercially driven oftentimes. And I think people sense that the reason they like when doctors write a diet book is not just because, they have experience or an expert in a certain topic of content, but that they understand the spirit of it really is healing. And I can't say more about that. My mother actually died of breast cancer just a few years ago, God rest her soul. And if I could have done something to help her stay in this world, I would have.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes in our society, because illness is so compartmentalized from and separated from our daily experience, we don't realize just how important that those preventative steps are, and rewriting that conversation in terms of a tone of trying to keep your team intact and there with you is just, that's where it needs to begin. Anything second to that just really is missing sort of the loving point of the whole
Yes.
the whole process.
It's actually missing the heart. And I think that's your book actually tends to veer towards, listen, we're not telling you you're fat. We're not telling you need to do this. Just give yourself a chance, give your family and your friends a chance, and you'll see it can work for you. And that's what I loved. I mean, it makes it very easy to deliver when what you're reading is sincere.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, thanks, Colin. Thank you so much. So right now, it's evening time, I guess in Newcastle. And you said you're a night owl. Is this when you do most of your recordings?
I try and do some during the day, but it's much quieter. Even in my little booth here, it's much quieter during the evenings. Yeah. So
it reminds me actually of a radiology suite. I don't know if you've ever been in one before, but you go into the radiologist room and they have these special lights, and it's very quiet, and they can just zone in on or hone in and zone in on these different radiology reads, and they do great work. But it has a very similar kin to what I've walked through before. But Colin, I so appreciate you making time for this. And like I said, I just wanted to sort of get a little glimpse of your life and what brought you to the book and this whole process. And I'm so grateful for you having done it. We're going to actually try to publish this book on Audible in the next week. I guess there's like a 10-day review period. And so once they give me the green light, I look forward to promoting the link of the book and your good work. And I'm going to just play it at night, just to soothe myself, at this point. So thank you, Colin.
Thank you so much. It was an absolute pleasure. And I mean that. I really do mean it. It was a pleasure to read it. And I'm so glad I did a half decent job. So
fully decent. All right, Colin, I'm going to press pause here for now, but then we'll say a few goodbye words after that. Thank you so much.